Our next guest is a longtime veteran of the saltwater tank hobby. I've known this guy, I think the first time I met him was maybe 2010, way back in the day. Now he's got a product out that we've talked about some. You've seen this in our trade show coverage, talk about Avid Aqua, magnets, feeders. There's an electronic display that they're working on as well. Terrence, I mean, go ahead and jump in here. You're on the West Coast, aka the left coast in California. It's still like 6 o'clock for you. You're just on your first drink. This is no big deal for you to join on a Friday night, but thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I hope I'm coming through okay on this live stream. Didn't have a full radio check on this gear, but anyway, yeah, thanks for having me. And I remember the days when I had to do these long ones as well, because it was part of the promotion stuff at Neptune Systems that I started way back when, long before you guys did. Yeah, it was it's definitely taxing to see how many hours are going by. So you got to have fun while you're doing it too.
All right, so you even have one in front of us. Let's start with that because, I mean, Ken Brown was a computer programmer. He's an original electronic nerd. Jimmy and I are both nerds as well a little bit. Talk to us about that display in front of you. What is it?
Yeah, funny story, though. Degree in computer science. I have one, and guess who else has one?
Oh, him?
The guy on the camera.
Yeah.
Ah,
that's why we get along so well. We talk the same language. It's not COBOL, but we talk the same language.
Do you like text each other in binary or something? That's why you guys get along so well?
Not quite, but it is one of the kind of secret sauces to what I do, because I do have you know, kind of an insider knowledge of how some of this stuff all goes together and what you can do or what you can't do or what the possibilities are. And if you also keep up with what's the hottest technology, which I kind of do, and keep learning things for myself, then you're also able to make great products and relate to a particular market and then make things for them that they want, know what's possible. And so, yeah, the computer science background certainly helps, but I'm not writing code now. That's for sure. That's not what I'm doing, but
I don't think anybody is.
I was going to say AI does that.
I was actually going to get it. Yeah, I was going to say that, like, if you're hardcore banging out code right now, you're losing. So it's crazy the way things are. It kind of blows me away, and it stands to reason because there's other industries that have gone this way too, where you did things the hard way for a long time, and then all of a sudden now things have changed, and you kind of advise on the technology or whatever it is you're doing, as opposed to getting down into the weeds and dealing with it. And that's where software development is right now, and it's exciting to see where it's going to go.
All right. So luckily you're not a coder, but you are someone who's had a lot of background in the saltwater aquarium world. Let's talk about Avid Aqua. So first, I got to do my due diligence here. Bring everyone up to speed on what kind of your flagship product is, and then we'll talk about the cool nerdy thing that's in front of you that's new and upcoming.
Yeah. So I started Avid Aqua a little over, I guess, a year ago in real, but over 2 years ago, I got together with Ryan Snodgrass from a company called Slidelock, and we came together to work on some products and inventions that I was able to work on even while I was kind of restricted after leaving Neptune Systems. And so we eventually came together, and then he had products that he had that were very, very cool, very kind of leading edge in the area, but they weren't exactly exciting for me. But they had some really neat features that when we brought the companies together, I was like, I don't know if I want to be doing that stuff too. But the first thing to kind of talk about is the ModMag. So Ryan had a had a magnet. He had a system on frag racks that was a hybrid system where you still had an acrylic frag rack, but then he had created an ABS plastic super sealed magnet to solve the problem of leaky magnets. And he did that by taking the two halves of the magnet and making them so that they double sealed, and then they were ultrasonically sealed, which is where basically sound waves are made onto the plastic, and then it melts into itself. And this was unique for me because it really solved a problem that a lot of customers had, which were these leaky magnets. It's just that the whole idea of having a frag rack was kind of boring to me. And so I was like, yeah, I don't know. When we do our other stuff, you can do what you want with that, but I'm not really super interested. And then I kind of slept on it for about, I don't know, a couple of weeks. And I came back to him and I said, you know what? I think I know how I can be excited about frag racks. And he's like, well, how's that? I said, well, what if we did this to them? What if we turned them into, a multi-use kind of product where not only do you get the advantage of the magnet on the inside and basically all of the advantages of the ModMag design that you have, but you can put multiple things on it at once. And I drew up some initial drawings of how we might go about it. And we worked together to create this ModMag, which stands for modular magnet, that allows you to attach things inside and outside, multiple things, all at the same time on the same set of magnets.
Dude, I love mine. I'll be honest with you. There's so much you could do now and almost so much potential in the future for a magnet system like that.
Yeah, and the thing about it too, that when we talk about sealing the magnets, the most magnet systems that are out there today are put together with glue, and then most of those are done with acrylic. And acrylic, as you know, absorbs water. Or maybe many people don't know that, but acrylic actually absorbs water. That's why the kind of tops that used to be on your overflows and stuff would bow, and you have all kinds of issues with that. And what happens when you make it into any other kind of product, especially one that's going to hold a magnet, is it swells a little bit, and then the glue bind or the plastic bind on there on the PVC, or not PVC, sorry, the acrylic. It starts to break, and then it lets a little bit of water in. It rusts. You might even not know that it's rusting in your tank because it doesn't even show any signs yet. I don't know, Mark, have you had any rusty magnets in your time? I know I have, but I think it's pretty common for most people who have been in the hobby a long time.
Yeah, no, I got a pile of them that have, like exactly what you said. They bulged out and they rust. And then a lot of times it's especially going to happen with like auto top off brackets, something that's down in your sump, tube holders that you don't see because you're not in there and you're looking everything over in your sump every single time. You just kind of forget that it's down there. You don't look at it. Something goes wrong with your tank. Maybe send out some water parameters, or then you're like, well, let me actually take a minute here and look over my system. And you're like, oh, that magnet has busted. Who knows what it's leaching into my tank? You take it out, maybe run some carbon. Two Little Fishies has a Metazorb product, which is great for soaking up heavy metals in your water. Your system then likely is going to start to turn around.
Yeah, and the thing that there is quite a misunderstanding, in my opinion, on is that in days of old, when you played in the playground and got the iron filings in the playground, and your magnet was made out of iron, if that thing rusted in your tank, it might not be that big of a deal because it was just iron. But the magnets of today are neodymium magnets, which have nickel and a bunch of other compounds in them that, I don't want to sit there and say that they are good, not good, or anything, but I just don't want any kind of foreign stuff in my tank. And I do know people who have had issues with one magnet or another actually causing harm in their tank. But anyway, because of that too, because it's hard to tell if a magnet is leaking, we also created another feature in the product. So some people, when they get it, they're like, why is my magnet loose inside the holder that it's in? And that's by design as well, because if your magnet did swell, right, and get water in there, it would affect how that sound is. Maybe not make the sound at all, maybe be slower, many different things. But we are so certain that these magnets don't leak is that all of our magnet products have a lifetime warranty because they don't leak. And honest to God, we haven't had one back. Ryan, I think, has had one in 10,000 magnets before he joined up with me. The bond is 500 times stronger than an acrylic glue bond on these magnets.
Speaking of acrylic glue, how about that? Look familiar? This is what you're talking about, acrylic. It's sunken acrylic. I can see it, which is good. I kind of like that this is clear. I can keep an eye on this magnet, but this is exactly what you're talking about. These are the ones that you say are more likely to fail.
Yeah, and I mean that's clearly, no pun intended. It is the way that they do it to compensate for the fact that you can't really check your magnet, and they know it's likely to fail. So that's why you make it clear like that. But anyway, this is the ModMag, and then what we have is a bunch of products that utilize that system. So this is our Stingray, a product, which is a frag rack that holds up to 12 frags. And you know, anybody that knows me in the industry knows I like pretty packaging. It's kind of my thing. So when you get the product like this, it already comes with the magnet. I stuck another one on there, and some other goodies in there too. So here it comes. You'll see it's got the special slide lock, retention system for your frags. You can take a frag and put it in there and it'll stay in. You can take, different size ones and they stay in. So it's really great. It's also great so that you don't, with the long row, you don't have to worry about having big ones and small ones. You can maximize the space on your frag rack, which is, it's important. Space is critical inside your tank. And it's got white and gray. So if you like the white with the extra reflectiveness or just the coolness of the white, you can have it, or you can have the gray. Then what else is here? Comes with this little gripper.
So the ModMag is the basis of everything, right? You start with the magnet. Correct.
So that's how it goes on and off. You just put it on like this. It slides on. Now you've got the inside for your tank. Now, in addition to that, on the outside magnet, you actually can take the outside magnet, pull off the beauty ring that's on here. And when you take that off, you can then put on a silicone pad that we have with it to give you just that extra amount of grip, right? And that'll go all on there. And then that way on the outside, it gives you that extra grip, that little suction against the tank to keep it from going. But then if you want to move your frag rack up and down in the tank, this one inside the tank will still slide up and down while you pull this one away from the glass and slide it up and down so you can bring it up to the top and put your frags in and whatnot. Now, but wait, there's more.
Yes, you got it. During the next 50-ish minutes or so, you purchase any Avid Aqua product, we're going to give you a mini traveler that's going to be auto added to your cart. So so make sure that Ken Brown throw up that QR code. If you buy any Avid Aqua product, that mini traveler is already going to be added to your cart. Talk us through. We've seen the frag racks. Now talk us through. We got our frags grown out. We're going to the frag swap. We're either selling stuff and we want to keep it safe on the way there, or we want to have a great way to bring back that super cool coral that we're buying at the frag swap, Reef Palooza, local fish store.
Okay, so this is the Traveler Mini, and you've probably seen coral travelers before, or coral carriers before, and what we did is we took it up a notch with this product. And in addition to taking it up a notch, we also brought the price down, so it's super affordable. So again, beautiful packaging, because that's what I like, right? This beautiful, awesome packaging. So you get the coral case or carrier that comes like this, and what you'll notice, first of all, that's unique about our system is that it doesn't have a screw top, okay? So that's kind of important because sand often gets into the threads on anything that you have around an aquarium or frag. And then, it's like, and then when you think it's all the way sealed, it's not all the way sealed. And you really can't look and see where it is in the threads on this. If you get any sand in it, they're right there in the seal. You can take it out. It goes on, it snaps down, and you're ready to go. So that's the first really cool feature. It snaps, it feels very positive. So inside you have the actual carrier, and the unique part about this is it can go either way. Again, there's a red and a gray on there, and you go and you buy your corals at the shop or at the trade show, the Reef Palooza, and you put those corals in here like that, and it holds them, right? And again, woo, look at that, it's amazing. And now you put them in your little carrier like that, and you put the cap back on, and I'm probably going to blow this because it's live on camera. There we go, good enough. So you put that on there. Then when you're on the way home, you put it in this koozie that comes with it, and that stabilizes the temperature, whether it's hot outside or it's cold outside, doesn't matter. It's going to help you stabilize the temperature of the water, and it fits into a standard cup holder. So it'll fit into your car cup holder or the cup holder on your backpack. And of course you have a nice little handle for it. Now you get home Okay. So this is where it gets really fun, and where it's much nicer than some of the stuff out there. First of all, you have now a dipping station for your corals. You can take your dip, whatever your favorite dip is. What's your favorite dip there, out there in Tennessee land?
I use Two Little Fishies Revive.
Oh, there you go. So
Queso.
what's that? I didn't hear that one.
You said queso, like for nachos.
Yeah, I heard queso. Like, what are you eating? Queso? Jimmy,
Okay.
no. It's
My
not
favorite dip is queso, Terrence.
There you go. I thought you were going to tell me skinny. But you take this out and you put the Revive in there, and you do one of these things, clean it off. And if you had it that direction, you actually see the bugs better, even because it's white, right? And now you're done. You pour the stuff out, and all of a sudden, like, your wife calls and says, "Hey, dinner's ready," and you're like, "Oh, crap! What am I going to do?" So you're like, "Look, I got to put these things in the tank. I'm not going to be able to get to them till tomorrow." So you take it off of this. You go over to your ModMag, right? Oops, that one doesn't have a. Hold on, I gotta find one that's free. You take your ModMag, you slide it onto here like this, right? And then all of a sudden now you go to your tank, and you can just put this in your tank and wait till tomorrow to figure out where you're going to put your frags. So that, I think, is the really super cool kind of process of now going and buying and putting corals back to your tank at home.
I mean, some people roll with the big gulp in their cup holder. You're going to roll with the Traveler, the mini Traveler, because when you're a reef junkie, that's how you roll. Yeah.
And since we're here selling, Mark, you get one of those free with any Avid Aqua purchase. Yep. And all Avid Aqua purchases right now for Black Friday are how much off, Ken?
I have a graphic for that.
Oh, there we go. Johnny.
They're 20% off. I know.
Yeah, 20% off on all of them. So, the next thing that's really cool with the with this system, because we said we can even make this better and more expandable, is if you owned the Stingray, right, which is this one, the 12 rack one, and you're like, you know what, I got more corals, I want to put more corals in my tank. Well, now you only have to spend another $15 or $17, and you buy another one of these called the Next Level Kit, and it comes with this, and it comes with this little doodad here, and you just put that in like that. You take this, put it in like this, and voila, you now have cool stadium seating for frags in your aquarium.
So, Terrence, full disclosure here, I am guilty of putting my frag on the frag rack. I'm like, all right, I'll figure out where I'm going to put it later on. I leave it. It grows over the plug onto the frag rack, and then sometimes I will cut the frag rack and make that a frag of coral, put it on a disc and start over. How easy is it to cut the Stingray or the Next Level Kit if lazy Mr. Saltwater Tank has a frag that overgrows a plug onto the Stingray?
I mean, I guess you could do that. I guess you could, take the whole thing off. It was on one of these. In fact, we even have another frag rack solution, which is called the Sawfish, which is for 2 or 3 frags that will fit on it. And that might be, for the one you think you're going to get lazy, or people like to use it for the LPS corals. But yeah, I mean, you could cut the piece of this off, but why would you want to ruin this beautiful thing, though?
I knew you were going to go there.
I wouldn't want to do that.
It's just so you would cry. You would feel it, right? There'd be an imbalance on the force somewhere, and be like.
And you can go to another one too, Mark. You can add a third, and the magnet strength on the units that you buy as a kit, anything that you buy as a kit with the magnet, is for up to 1/2-inch aquariums, and it's actually a little bit more than that, but we've kind of downrated it just to be sure. And if you want to have more strength even on 1/2-inch, you can get the Giga magnet, buy that separate, buy this kit, and you can have the same frag rack but with a stronger kind of adhesion, or for 3/4-inch glass.
Few things drive me as crazy when you have a frag rack. Maybe you even have too many frags on it, but you're like putting them on there, and then like you barely touch it, or a fish barely touches it, and the thing you watch it in your tank, it goes, ooh, and you're like, oh no, and all your frags go, boom, and then they probably get picked up in the flow, and they go, shoom, right down your tank. You're like, oh no,
yeah.
I haven't had that problem on the.
There's still physics. I mean, these are not miracle magnets or something like that. Oh, there's a good product, miracle magnet. They're not miracle magnets, but so you still have the laws of physics. I mean, if you stick 3 of these on there and stick a gigantic LPS frag out on the far out one, I'm sorry, it still might not make it, but it will hold 3 of them with the next level kit with reasonably heavy frags. And then this is the next cool thing. Is again, I told you guys that inside and outside the aquarium, you can do things with these. I've had many people, without prompting them, say that this is like having reef Legos, right, or reef tank Legos, because there's so many different things that you can do with it. I didn't even show you I didn't even show the other thing. Where did it go? Must have flew off here, but we have a 30-degree adapter to lean your frag rack forward. Oh, there it is. So this little adapter right here, when you put that in there, you now have the ability to, and I gotta figure out if I can get this while I'm here. Anyway, I'm just gonna put it like this for now. I'm not gonna do the whole thing. To lean out toward the light your frags. And I didn't explain it on the last one too. When you put them multiple ones out, they not only get the benefit of getting more light than they would in a standard frag rack, like our Manta Ray standard frag rack, but they also get better flow because the corals behind them aren't blocking the water flow from the backs of the corals. So that's also a real good advantage. So inside and outside the aquarium is what I said with the magnets, right? So let me get this guy back on here. We've got him in the aquarium, right? Now, outside the aquarium, let's say you want to watch your fish. Well, we got something for that. This is the adapter for the Wyze camera. So if you have one of these Wyze cameras like this one or this one, this is the version 4. This, I think, is the version 3. You can buy the Wyze camera adapter and only buy the accessory because you already own the frag rack. And then you buy the camera. And I think Saltwater Aquarium has the cameras as well, by the way, for sale. So you can buy everything in one stop. And with it, I don't have one in here, but we have a lens that allows you to bring the picture in closer. And we have a filter to make the picture look better when you have that blue camera.
And Terrence, I discovered that those little kits of the clip-on lenses that we all buy for our iPhones, that's the same diameter. Those fit right into your mount as well. So if you've already owned, you know which ones I'm talking about. What is that brand that we sell a lot of, Ken?
Orpec?
Yeah, those will fit right in there. So if you already own those, in addition to the filters you send, those fit in there great. I've had that camera mount on my Reef tank since I very first saw this product at our booth, and it's really cool because I can look at my tank anytime I want.
Yeah, it's a really neat addition to be able to have that anytime you want. It's like another kind of monitoring for your aquarium because you can actually see what's happening if your tank's cloudy or your corals are recessed, your LPS are recessed. You can see any of that. Like you're out on vacation, you just even have just anxiety, right? Like I want to really kind of just know what's going on in my tank right now, even though I've got somebody taking care of it. They have no idea what a coral is, and so it's. I mean. We're talking, even if you bought it with the magnet and the camera, I think together they're, I don't know, what are they, like $80 or something, Ken? $90?
Just a little bit under, actually, but yeah.
Yeah. So, well, especially now with the discounting on the site for
the discount,
all the Avid Aqua stuff. I mean, it's stupid inexpensive. It's just like if you don't have one, I'd be like, well, what? Before the issue is that there was no great way to mount one of these cameras. It's not like this is some revelation. It happens to be what I think is the best value out there. It's why we designed this for that camera. But the camera is not the biggest part of the coolness factor. It's how do I mount it to my tank, right? How do I mount it to my tank so that there is no glare because it sits right against the glass? And this does that, right? And how do I get it to see my fish when they're closer, when this camera is manufactured for a distance of maybe from where I am here to my camera, which is 3 or 4 feet? It's not going to work in an aquarium. So with the macro lens that we provide, now you get that ability to see things, when they're 8 inches away and see them in focus. So
yeah, what's crazy to me about the Avid Aqua line, I know I would carry it even if it wasn't yours, Terrence, but every single little piece there is like a decade of thought behind it. Like someone actually sat down and said, a frag rack normally is like this. There's 20 different brands. They're all the same. How can we make this better? How can we make this different? And that's every single piece of your line. Someone has sat down and analyzed exactly what you can add to make it better than what it currently is on the market.
I appreciate you noticing that, because it really is, it really is kind of our brand promise, which sometimes people think that's kind of corny or whatever, but it really is this idea that we are reef keepers from a long time. We know what people really would love to have if they themselves could build something. And then Ryan, myself, Joe, others come together with our minds and say, hey, I got this idea to do this. What if we did it this way? And then the other one goes, yeah, but I always wanted to do this, and I always wanted to have that. And then I go, oh, but yeah, but then we could do this. And they're like, yeah, but if we could only solve this problem. And I go, well, we can solve it that way. And it's this collaborative effort of reef keepers that brings gear together, that it's really fun for me. It makes, I mean, I don't want a job anymore in my life. I've had some jobs. This is not a job for me. This is an experience and a fun way of coming together with people I enjoy being with and making products for an industry that I enjoy being a part of. And I appreciate that you see that thought went into all of these products.
Yeah, it's very similar to me too. Like this is a long time ago, we had talked and you're like, are you gonna grow the company and sell it off and do all this stuff? And I'm like, this is kind of like a lifestyle business. So I created the company to kind of live in that environment, and I can kind of manage the environment around me, and I get that kind of vibe.
I get that now. I get that more than before now. I do. It is fun. It's fun, and it's fun to work with people also like yourself and other manufacturers and whatnot that I enjoy being around to help come up with stuff and to collaborate on different products. Definitely cool. One of the other outside things, just to go back to that, for cameras is the Avid Cam. And the Avid Cam basically is a way for you to mount on the outside a cell phone camera, has a tripod mount in it, and it's got a built-in GoPro mount as well. And now you can actually use your own camera, use your own webcam if you want. If you have a 1/4 inch, what do you call it, tripod mount on any webcam that you have, or a ring door camera, you can mount that on there. You can take an old cell phone, you can take a GoPro, and you can stream even 24/7 from a GoPro now without having to have a phone or computer next to it. I think from GoPro 9 forward. This is a really cool way to take photographs or video of fish so that they're not spooked, because you can leave it up there next to your tank and just let it roll and then get some really great shots. And obviously it can go on the inside of the aquarium too with the GoPro camera, or, if a waterproof iPhone or what have you, and shoot some in-camera photography and video. And again, if you bought this, right, the Avid Cam is just like $16, $17, right? So you can accessorize any way you want. You can put two frag racks here, and you can put an Avid Cam on the outside. So, and then in addition to that, we have other frag racks, like I said, the Sawfish, which I don't have one handy here. We also have the Manta Ray. Let's see. I'll steal a Manta Ray out of this. Well, I might as well talk about
before you move on. I know
yeah.
that you already said that, but the Avid Cam, I have one in my hand.
Okay.
This screws a 1/4 20. This is the standard out there for any camera stuff. Someone asked on the YouTube a little while ago, do you make a camera mount that's not just for the Wyze, for security cameras? They said the Ambicu G4. Now, I looked that up on Amazon. I can't see that it has a 1/4 20, but it does have a mount on the back. And if it unscrews, it's likely this.
It's likely,
so
yeah.
This thing's very versatile. And one of the things that I like that Terrence didn't even mention, he skipped right past it.
Thank you.
It adjusts in the ModMag. I love this thing because I can get YouTube videos. The height adjustment on it, you don't have a screw to tighten down. It's magnetic, and it just stops at the different points, and it'll support the weight of your phone. So you just lift it up till it hits the next notch.
So this is one of those things, Jimmy.
The phone mount has a 1/4 20 on the back. so you can get it looking down. It's super versatile. I love this thing.
This is one of those things that, Ken was just talking about it. Like, what would you do? And thought has gone into stuff. When we were coming up with this, and by the way, it's got holes in it so you can DIY your own 3D printed stuff and use it to hold that with nylon screws or with titanium screws. But this whole magnetic idea on here where the detents are, stops right on it. Anybody else, and you've seen things in the past, they'd be like, okay, let's put a set screw on there. And I basically said, hey, wait a second. We've got a magnet here. We're going to put this on there. What if we put metal embedded inside here and double use that magnet to create this cool thing? And so that sparked some stuff in Ryan's mind, and he went out and started to play with things. And we basically figured out how to do that. And it just takes a product to the next level of kind of coolness, right? And
Yeah, totally.
and thought, and I love it. That's what I love doing.
Well, I did want to say one thing about this promo. We're giving away the free mini traveler cup on any Avid Aqua product, and the full Avid Aqua line right now on the website is 20% off. I may be running out of cups. I think I
Already?
dedicated 50 for the stream, and I'm seeing them fly off the shelves. Most people
Nice.
are buying the Wyze Cam Mount, or a Stingray seems to be some of your most popular.
Yeah, I can see that. And I can see also why they would fly off the shelf, because they are $20 retail, which means you're selling them today for what, $16?
And if you buy one, you get one for free.
Oh my God.
So you get 2 for 16. I'll just give them away.
You didn't even have a minimum on that Avid Aqua product.
No minimums. You buy whatever you want. The accounting department is going to fire me. I'm glad I'm the accounting department.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So
I authorize it.
That means for anybody who can still get one while they're there, if you bought it that way, they're literally, $8 a pop. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I might have not done the math. I kind of did what would be cool. And now looking back, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess that's all right. I'm a casino guy, so
it's okay. It's going to get them into the universe, Ken. They're going to come back and they're going to buy a bunch of other Avid Aqua stuff from you and go, okay, this at least got them in there. And it is, by the way, from a marketing guy's perspective, take off the programmer guy's perspective, put the marketing guy's perspective on. When you can come into a fish store and you can see this, or onto an e-commerce site like yours and see this available for $20 and see the coolness and everything, it's an introduction to the brand that is undeniable, that you just want to get more stuff, because it is done with such finesse that you just get a level of trust and engagement with the brand. So don't feel too bad, I think, Ken, because you're building customers forever, man.
Yeah, and to me, it's a cool product. It's cool. I want people to have it. Like, I want them to use it. This is the cup I'm going to be carrying at all my trade shows moving forward. Like, I like the new hotness, as I call it. So whenever I see new hotness, I kind of go overboard a little.
Well, I do appreciate all your help to Avid Aqua and our, burgeoning starting company this year at events and whatnot, Ken. It didn't go unnoticed, and we really, really, truly appreciate you helping us get out there and get out there and see the public. I do. Thank you so much for that.
I gotta know, Ken, are you gonna have Terrence make a Pokemon card mini traveler? I mean, it's got to go in with the mix, right?
I mean, I do have a Pokemon problem, I will admit. I don't want to get into it too deep right now, but
I think it's great.
Yeah,
like,
I need to sell a lot more
Pokemon
products
cards
on the
from
website.
Industrial
So
Fallout.
I will promise on your 10,000th one of these sold, I will give you I will give you the most baller Pokemon traveler you'd ever thought of.
All right, everyone, buy more. Let's make this happen during the live stream. We want to see what he comes up with.
The gold-plated traveler mini Pokemon edition. There you go.
Only 10,000?
Only 10,000, man. I love Ken. Only 10,000. There you go.
All right, Terrence. Okay,
we're talking about travelers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
And you want to talk about what's probably the best deal in the Avid Aqua line for this event, in my opinion. It's going to be the Traveler Mega. The Traveler Mega, when I show it to you in a second, just so you know, I priced this product in a way where I was looking more at where the price point needed to be in order to make it attractive to everybody, rather than where my margins were going to be. And because of that, it became the best value product that we have. And so obviously when you take this little guy out, you're going to get 3 or 4 frags, and it's great. But when you go to a trade show or a thing like Reefapalooza, Frag Swap, whatever it is, you often want to come back with 5, 6, 10, 12, maybe 40 frags. Okay. Some people, and by the way, we didn't talk about, we have a trio version of this too, that holds 3 times as much, that you can find out on the website. But this is the one that I would tell everybody to get today, because it is so cool. So this is the Traveler Mega, and it has 2 Manta Ray Frag Racks in it. So these Manta Ray Frag Racks you can buy separately. Let's not get my fingers snapped.
But we want to see that, Terrence. Come on, snap them.
This is now it is a kind of an issue with my job, and my wife Nancy is scared to death of magnets because they're always slamming together. And no joke, today I was on a call, and I'm a desk fidgeter, and I was fidgeting with a ruler, and there was a magnet on the other side of my desk, a ModMag, and it's a big metal ruler, like a 16-inch ruler. And all of a sudden it went for the magnet and flung over there, and my coffee cup was in between, and it just flung the coffee cup right off my desk. I was like, oh no. But it is an occupational hazard for anybody at Avid Aqua. You're working around magnets, and I will tell everybody out there, have respect for the magnets. You will get a blood blister if you do not. It will hurt.
Yeah, no good.
Especially if you get the Giga magnets, the ones for 3/4 inch. But this is the Manta Ray, and somebody else will have to help me out with exactly how many it holds, because I can't remember off the top of my head.
A lot.
26.
26.
What?
Thank you.
More than that.
No, I think this is 26 times 2 is 52 for the Mega.
Yep.
And
there you go.
And so same thing, you put them in here, it holds them. You can have big ones, small ones, all the different types and sizes of frags. Then what you do is it just goes right in there and snaps onto the side. So you can have it high or low inside there. You could have, I've seen people put them the other direction too, so that they can have them running this way and have frags pointing, left and right. And same thing, you get home, you want to give your frags a bath, you put your solution in there, you take it like this, you do like the Wendy's salad shake, and then all of a sudden your corals are clean, they've gone through the frag dishwasher. Now you can rinse them, take them out, put them in your aquarium, but you don't have to just put them wherever. You now have 2 frag racks to use as you wish until the next time you go to a trade show. Same thing when you're going to be going to a frag swap and bringing corals. You can load all the corals up onto one of these, right, in your aquarium. And right before you go, you fill this up with water, you take it out of the tank and stick it right inside the little box, and away you go to your coral frag swap. And it's usually $95, which I was trying to say that's why it's such a good bargain, because you get 2, straight up frag racks in here. But today, what does that work out to, Ken? I'm going to do the math, but it's got to be what, $67 or something like that, $77?
Not much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the bargain of the show, right there. If they're still out there, they're still available, get one. I also take my fish home in this. I take the frag racks out, and when I go to the fish store, if I get some fish, I fill up with water and take them in this, because again, you have this koozie, and the koozie basically keeps everything as temperature controlled as you can for the ride home. And you will see, if you go to any of these shows, you will see now that they're like Avid Aqua groupies. You see people walking around everywhere with their little Avid Aqua Traveler Megas. So,
okay.
Really fun.
So we talked about magnets. We talked about frag racks, Traveler stuff, but you've had this electronic gizmo in front of you.
You're not there yet, man. We're not done yet with the magnet stuff.
Okay, fine. I'll leave it back to you. You can roll in. What else am I missing, Terrence? Because, oh, by the way, the Traveler Mega, let me refresh the page. It's still available. Oh, yeah. probe holders and dosing tubes. Talk to us about that.
There's still Traveler Megas available while they last, and you'll get a free Traveler Mini when you buy one.
Yep. Huge discount. They're usually $94, and then it's on sale at 20% off. So, I mean, that knocks it down to about $75. That's awesome. What a
That
deal.
is ridiculous.
And if you buy one or any Avid Aqua product, you get the free mini traveler as well. I think Ken disappeared to like try to figure out how we could undo that.
I think it's all free tonight. I think everything Avid Aqua is free.
Hurry,
No,
hurry,
Jimmy,
get
don't
in there
go
before
there.
he changes the website. Hurry.
Don't throw Ken under the bus like that. Okay, so dosing.
Don't remember.
Oh, I do. I have one. Yes. Probe holder, dosing tube holder.
Yes. So
Yeah, I have my temperature probe holder upside down. Terrence had to tell me that I was doing it wrong. I had my stupid little gripper on the wrong side of my glass.
yeah. So one of the things too that some people may like this, some people don't, I'm sure, but we kind of like the explore it yourself kind of approach to the products. For one, it helps us. Well, we try to make products that it's obvious. You're not going to need a user manual to figure out how to use the product, right? That's kind of our thing to begin with, that, whether it's software side of stuff that we're doing or on some of this hardware stuff, is try to make things as obvious as they can be. Many of you probably don't know that when I was at Neptune Systems, the current NPR, as you see it, I actually designed that thing while I was at the manufacturer in China on one trip, and it's only changed once since then, and gone from white to gray. The probe holder, the NPR, magnetic probe rack. Sorry, magnetic probe rack. For a number of years, I wanted to update it, but when you're doing the Trident and you're doing other things, it's kind of like there are priorities that you have and what you can do, and we hadn't updated it. So when I saw that Ryan had a probe holder, I was like, oh, this is cool. So let's take your probe holder and let's make it better yet, right? So the first thing was, obviously, let's do it in the ModMag, so it fits into the same kind of slot. And it's super small. I don't know if you can tell how small that is, but here's that camera, right? It is, I guess we have to use a banana. Is that the thing on the internet now, guys? Is like use a
Really?
Yeah,
banana comparison? Okay, that's the meme. But it holds 4 probes in the 4-probe version, and then 2 other tubes, which I'll explain in a second. But I knew for a while that we could do it better, more compact, and take away some of the pain points that existed in it. For instance, you'll see there's no set screws on this probe holder. Obviously, a probe holder is something that's in your tank all the time. Having that ModMag with the issue for leaking, not a good thing to have leaks. So it's in there all the time. You almost never see it down there in the sump. So using the ModMag is great. Additionally, and I don't have a probe here to actually slide into this, but I do have another gadget that comes with it, which is a temperature probe adapter. So what this thing is if you use an Inkbird heater controller or a Hydros or any other product that has one of those small little capsule size heater nub things, they often are just floating around in your aquarium and not really neat. With this, you put that little heater electrode into here, slide it up, the cord goes right out the top, and now you have essentially a real probe, and that real probe can fit right down into your probe holder, nice and neat. So cleans up the whole thing for a Hydros user or somebody who has some other heater controller. So that comes with it. And then the other 2 holes that I mentioned, most people look at those and they go, are those for dosing tubes? I guess you could use them for dosing tubes, but the reality is you wouldn't really want to dose things near your probes, right? Because it's going to affect the readings. What they're for is, I said, why don't we have a way to manage those tiny little tubes from the Tridents or other automatic testing systems? So we include these little straws with a funnel at the top, and you put that down in there, And now your little tube slides all the way down in there, and you can keep it off the bottom, so it's not picking up detritus. It's not going to easily slide right out of the tank or get knocked out of the tank. And there's 2 of those on the probe holder. Questions, guys?
And you make a 2 probe holder and a 4 probe holder, correct?
Yes, that is correct. So,
and don't even bother buying the 2 probe, anybody, because
No, forget it.
eventually
the 4.
you're gonna use the temperature sensor. You're gonna want the salinity probe, the pH probe. You're actually gonna end up buying 2 of the 4 probers. So don't
this
even
is
buy
true.
it. Don't buy the 2 probe.
Don't buy the 2 probe, he says. Well, the only reason I will give, the only reason I'll give to push the 2 probe at all, for sure, is if somebody has like an Apex Junior or whatnot, and they don't have more than those 2 probes, and they have like a nano with a very compact space requirement in the back of that nano tank, the 2 probe one is only about 3/4 of an inch from the front to the back on the inside, plus the magnet. So the total amount is probably 1.25 inches of space that it takes front to back. And so it's very compact. So that in that case,
it's thought out. It is for somebody.
Correct.
You thought of everything. Exactly.
And we do sell quite a few of them, even though the price point it would surprise you, right? And in fact, it's very astute of you, Jimmy, because when we were deciding what to make, obviously you just don't go out and make these things and boom, you know, you have to do molds and designs, and there's work going into everything. And I had said at the time, like, well, who's going to want a 2 probe one? Why are we going to put time and effort and a mold and everything into that? And, you know, and Ryan, my partner, said, oh yeah, well, there are people that want that for this other purpose, and they do want it and they will buy it. I'm like, even if it's only like $5 or $10, you know, less than the 4 probe one, who would do that? And he's like, yeah, and he was right.
It's those freshwater people.
Freshwater people. Yeah, they don't need 4 probes. But and you're right, the smaller footprint in your smaller tanks and makes total sense. The other thing I like about all your products, Terrence, is they look really nice in my Red Sea color scheme, and they look good with your Trident stuff as well. So, although I've been on you about making black ones.
Yeah. I mean, look, the way it is that everybody wants colors. It's impossible. Ken would kill me if I all of a sudden said, hey, Ken, guess what? Every one of our products comes in 5 colors. It's like, really, Terrence?
I'm going to buy the one I like.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things you have to decide on when you're making products. And so when we were coming up with the branding for Avid Aqua, you know, I wasn't at first super excited about the red, but I figured, you know what, it's neutral enough with the gray, and it adds a little, you know, je ne sais quoi, you know, so to speak, to the brand, and it's recognizable. And if you had it in something that was already red or orange, like the Neptune stuff, it would still be okay. Wouldn't clash too badly. So I'm liking the way the brand is coming out, and don't expect. I mean, I think we're gonna do the Henry Ford on this. We'll give you a probe holder in every color as long as it's red, gray, and white.
Terrence, I love that you're pushing the neutrals. You know, it's very interior designer. Yeah, you're pushing the neutrals.
Dude, I just wanted to jump in and say we are getting so many orders right now. I'm probably gonna need another pallet soon.
Oh,
but
man.
Now, go, Terrence. Go.
Like every 2 minutes people are buying.
I hope you're not hyping it. I hope it's for real.
No, here we go. I'll go right here. Jason G, 947, probably on the stream. Quattro Magnetic 4, Mega Traveler, MTO7, free cup. Same minute, Thomas D, Stingray Magnetic Traveler. 2 minutes before, Mega Traveler, Mega Mod, Black Wyze Cam with the camera, the new bundle software you told me to load kit, Traveler Mini function. 1 minute before, Wyze Cam combo kit, Avid Cam Traveler, another Wyze Cam kit with a black camera. Like, that was the last 3 minutes, just so you're aware. What you're doing is making a difference.
I always wanted to be on QVC.
I was going to say, somebody commented, and they said in the comment, this is like watching the home shopping channel for reefers.
I just can't help it.
I think that's Hillary, right?
I don't know who said it. I just thought it was hilarious because it feels like that. But these are all cool things. We want them anyway. Yeah.
Well, and it's a struggle to show people when the marketplace has so many products, 5,000 frag racks, to show people what we would buy. Like, what is cool? What should they buy? Yes, I gotta carry this rack or that rack or that rack, but if I'm buying this and I have the knowledge I do, I'm buying these.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And
I want to jump back on this thing real quick. Yeah. Because you talked about, you have the holes in there, you can put the screws in there, and there are a lot of things. If you have a 3D printer, you can print things that will fit in there. This is my tip that I did. I get in there with my mag scraper to clean off my tank, and I can just take and drag now that I have the grip on the right side, I can take and drag my camera out of the way. But what I've gone and done on the back of my Wyze camera mount is I put that stick-on two-sided tape with the Velcro piece on there. So now I just grab my Wyze camera and I go like this on the back of it, and it cleans around it without me having to move it and hit with the scraper, because I have the wire going up to it nicely tucked in a wire holder. So in order to keep it looking nice, I just made the Wyze camera mount inside, the magnet inside there be the scraper.
And I mean, that is the coolest thing, is that you get to play around and try different things. But a little insider thing, over here off camera over here is another little product, and part of what that product is exactly what you kind of did on your own. So
are you going to show us
stay
tonight?
tuned. That's a little inside information. I'm not going to show it tonight or anything, but
show it.
No, it's not happening.
He's not going to show it, but I'll tell you, I don't even have the finished product. I have a prototype thing, and I'm like trying it out. I'm like, Terrence, this is it. This is so it. And I didn't even load it and set it up right. And it's way better than anyone out there. Sorry, you can't get it yet. It's coming though. So just wait.
Yeah, that's the granddaddy. And so we're doing a lot of fun things.
I'm willing to be a tester.
I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of people on the stream will be too. And
your panther grouper is going to eat it, Jimmy. All right, Terrence, we're talking about all the stuff. We've nearly burned up the whole hour talking about all the cool stuff that you do. So you got to talk about the inside. It's even on the background behind you.
Yeah. So for a number of years, I was not able to do technology products after leaving Neptune Systems. That finished out last year, and I got to work at that point when that ended on some new products. And the first one of those products is the product called the Insight. You see it right here. And it is a display device for your Apex, and it'll work with other systems and things as well in the future, because it's definitely moddable, so to speak. But right now it's for your Apex, so that you can monitor your Apex at a glance from anywhere in your house. Does not need to be physically connected to your Apex. And all the data that your Apex has will show on there. There's a bunch of other AI things that we're working on. You can initiate feed modes by simply tapping a little thing at the bottom and then initiating a feed mode right there, which, since this is connected to my tank, I'm not going to do right now. And one of the real things that's the impetus for making it happen is I wanted to be able to, like your thermostat in your house, kind of get rid of the anxiety of knowing what's going on in my aquarium without having to pull my phone out, right? Or without having to, be a tech geek and come up with some tablet kind of solution and just see the dashboard. And so this is what we've come up with, and it's currently in beta. And you guys can ask a whole bunch of questions, but there are some beta units still available. It's a for sale beta. It's out on AvidAqua.com. You'll see a link to it. And it's like $40 off what the retail will be. Retail on this will be $199.95 for the Pro model, which I'll talk about in a second, and $159.95 for the base model. The Pro model has, this is the really cool part, it has environmental sensors for your room. You'll see them right up here. That is your temperature of the room, your humidity of the room, and most importantly, your CO2 of the room. Lastly, there's another sensor inside. We don't even know how we're going to quite use it yet. It's called VOC, which is volatile organic compounds. and we believe that we'll be able to characterize your aquarium to understand how it smells. It's basically a digital nose, and determine when things are not normal under your aquarium. You know, something has happened. Something maybe is starting to cook off under your aquarium, or you have a spawning event, or we don't even know what it could possibly be. So I'll leave it with that. You guys can ask me the questions.
I mean, Jimmy can speak for himself, but some of us, our aquariums don't stink.
No,
Kidding. Totally kidding.
Those are cool things. I didn't realize it had all them built-in sensors and did all that other stuff, which is appealing. Of course, the question I have is, because I'm a newbie and I entered just recently, I have a Red Sea tank, so I have a lot of Red Sea controllers, and then I have Hydros controllers. May we ever see anything like this for any of those types of systems?
It's entirely possible. We have a methodology where we could definitely adapt to do that. I have high confidence in that, but we are not kind of in control of everything. What that means is with the Apex, because the Apex is unique in that it has a local access kind of over your network, as opposed to through Bluetooth or directly to your phone through Bluetooth, through an app. We have the ability to access the information on your Apex locally without the cloud, and that's what it does. It does not need to have the internet to access that information. On the other hand, other systems use Bluetooth to make a communication with their app often, okay? Some of them may also use Wi-Fi, but they may or may not open up a way for us to be able to get access to that information. So would we do that for those other products? It's going to be that as a question of whether or not we can cross that barrier. And then it's going to be how big is the market and the demand in those spaces to where it makes sense for us to spend the resources to make that happen, sure. Right? And those two things together will determine whether or not it happens on the Insight.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that we have other, there's other devices out there that do monitoring on your aquarium, which I can't directly divulge who they are, but that we likely will have a way to get their information on there. And we also have other things coming from ourselves and others that'll get more information from your aquarium and put it into the Insight.
Yeah. It looks cool. I want one on my tank just because it looks cool.
Jimmy, you can come to my place and see mine.
Yeah. And so speaking
Where's
of looks
yours?
cool,
Do you have one for real?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah,
I do.
I can divulge this. He can't necessarily. Mark has actually been on the alpha team for the product, not the beta team. So he's like uber cool, right?
Oh,
so yeah. So
I'm an A-lister.
Whatever.
Yeah,
dude.
for sure. So it's powered by USB-C, by the way, and there's 3 mounting options. Since you were talking about it, looks cool. There's 3 ways that you can use it, and you can have more than one too, by the way. You could have one in your kitchen and one at your aquarium, and they could be looking at different things on the aquarium. They could be pointing to different apexes, but it mounts 3 ways. So it can mount in a panel, and when it mounts in a panel, there's actually a little strap that exists that you slide up on the back and tension mounts it into the panel, okay? That's one way. The second way is obviously going to connect into a ModMag, so it just hangs on a ModMag. So if you have a door on your stand, you can just put the magnet on the other side of your door, and now all of a sudden you have it there. Or if you had the frag rack on the inside and you wanted it just on the outside of your frag rack, boom, you hang it on there. So that's the ModMag. And then you'll see there's these little feet on here. So you can't see here, but I'll try to do it on my hand. It sits like that on a counter. So now you can put that on an end table, or you can put it, you know, on your nightstand. I don't know, maybe that's not for what most people want, but definitely on the end table, like in your living room. So,
is there a battery powered version?
We don't have a battery for it, but you could use any power delivery battery that you would use for your phone.
Yeah, because you said it's USB-C, right?
Correct. And so if you wanted to, get this off the screen. I don't know what came up on the screen. Oh, I hit settings. Got to kill that. Put it back. So yeah, so if you wanted to use power delivery, you could definitely do that. And some of those battery packs are huge. Who knows? I don't even know how long it might last. It might last a couple of weeks on one of those.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got a battery. I mean, I'm
Yep.
charging AirPods and stuff. We all got some type of battery for charging our phones or the smaller ones that, yeah, I like that idea. USB-C powered. That's great.
Yeah, in fact, Rich Ross actually has taken his around his house to see what his CO2 readings were in different parts where he has different pieces of his distributed aquarium system to see how the CO2 levels were, or the
Yeah, that's
humidity
really
level.
interesting, because I was sitting here thinking, I didn't want to bring it up because it really is designed for Apex, but it has some other functionality like that there's things that it does independently on its own. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I thought about that, but I'm like, I don't want to.
Well, and on top of that, we're hoping that because we're actually approached by the Neptune Systems side, they want to get that data back into the Neptune Systems. So you'll be able to take your CO2 data, hopefully, right?
Oh, wow. It'll go into theirs.
Yeah, exactly. Through IOTA with the Apex system, Internet of Things Apex, right? IOTA, that you'll be able to bring the CO2 and the humidity and whatnot back in, and then you'd be able to switch on or off a particular fan or another device with the Apex. So there you go. That's also another cool benefit of it.
Awesome.
All right, Terrence, thank you so much for joining us, man. We really
Any
did
user
an awesome
questions?
job. Sorry, what?
Any user questions, or we're out of
Let me
time?
look real quick before you go.
Ken has a
People are really
schedule.
just excited about the product.
Get them while they're hot. Ken says they're selling out.
Yeah, they are. I'm about ready to turn this off.
Well, don't do that. Terrence, thanks for being with us tonight, talking about everything Avid Aqua. It's cool to see you kind of shift gears and do something different, but now you can sneaking back in the electronic tech side of the aquarium hobby. Thanks for being here. Have a great time. Jimmy, eat your heart out, buddy. You'll get an insight one day. They're super cool. With that, thanks, Terrence. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you guys for having me on and allowing me to have some time during your stream. Everybody pick up those products at 20% off. And, look for us out there, avidaqua.com. And, yeah, have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy your family. Take care.